The Zorathian Empire was the most powerful force in the galaxy. They had conquered hundreds of planets. No one could stop them. No one dared to fight them. Wherever their fleets went, fear followed. The Zorathians believed they were unstoppable. One day, their long-range scouts discovered a small blue planet in a quiet corner of the galaxy. It was called Earth. The alien commanders studied Earth. The humans seemed weak. Their technology was old. Their weapons looked simple. Their spaceships were slow. The aliens laughed. "This is not a threat," one commander said.
They are.
"Still using fuel rockets?" another joked. "Why is this planet even on our list?" a third one asked. But rules were rules. Every new planet must be checked. Every species must be controlled or destroyed. The Zorathians always followed their system. They sent a small scout ship to Earth. The scout ship moved close and scanned the planet. It was quiet, too quiet. The ship captain sent a message to his command. "Humans are primitive. Their weapons can't even reach orbit. They don't seem to have space defenses." The reply came quickly. "Proceed. Capture or destroy if needed." The scout ship moved lower, flying above Earth's skies. But something strange happened. The ship's signals were suddenly cut off. The tracking system lost it. The ship disappeared. No crash. No explosion. No sound. It was simply gone. The Empire was confused. They tried to contact the ship again. Nothing. Total silence. This had never happened before. The High Command sent another scout ship, faster one. They ordered it to keep distance and only watch. The second ship reached Earth and sent a quick scan, but it found no sign of the first ship. It was like the ship never existed. Then something appeared on their radar. A dark object was moving towards them. Slowly, silently, the alien pilot zoomed in. It looked like a human spaceship, but it was completely black. No lights, no ID signals. The pilot laughed. "Primitive junk. What can this do?" But before he could react, the human ship fired a single pulse. Fast, precise. The alien scout ship exploded. Instantly. Back at the Empire's control station, the officers stared at the screen in shock. "Another ship lost?" one asked. "This is impossible," another shouted. The Empire had never lost scouts to a primitive world before. The Supreme Commander of the Zorathian Empire watched the report. He was not amused. "Enough games," he growled. "Send the fleet." The Zorathians prepared a full invasion force. Warships, troop carriers, bombers. They were ready to crush Earth before launching. They sent a message to the planet. "This is the Zorathian Empire. Your world now belongs to us. Submit or be destroyed." They waited. After a few minutes, Earth's reply came. It was just one word. "Come." No fear, no begging, no surrender. The alien commanders were surprised. Do they not understand who we are? Are they foolish or hiding something? Should we still proceed? The Supreme Commander smiled coldly. "Proceed. Show them our power." The fleet left for Earth, but something still felt wrong. Why did the first ship disappear? Why was Earth so calm? What was that black ship? The Zorathian Empire had crushed every world before this, but this time would be different, and they didn't know it yet. The Zorathian fleet arrived near Earth with full power. Warships, bombers, and troop carriers filled the sky. No one in the galaxy had ever survived a direct attack from this fleet. The Zorathian commanders believed this would be easy. From orbit, they sent another message to Earth. "We are the Zorathian Empire. You have one last chance. Submit, or we will destroy you." They waited. Soon Earth replied. The message was short. "Come." Again, no fear, no panic, no begging. The alien commanders were confused. "Do they not understand death?" one asked. "Maybe. They are too simple to feel fear," another said. But orders were orders. The alien fleet began the attack. They targeted a major city on Earth. Their ships moved quickly, dropping from orbit into the sky. They expected screaming humans. They expected people to run. They expected no resistance. But the city was strangely quiet. There were no military units, no defense towers, no space fighters, nothing. The Zorathian soldiers laughed. This will be the easiest battle in history. The lead warship locked its weapons on the city just before firing. The alien sensors beeped. Something was wrong. Suddenly, dark shapes appeared on the radar. Dozens of them. They were moving fast toward the alien ships. The aliens zoomed in. Human warships, black ships, silent. No, ID signals. One alien shouted, "Where did these ships come from? We didn't see them in orbit." The lead commander screamed, "Raise shields, prepare for battle." But it was already too late. The black human warships fired in perfect coordination, powerful energy beams in pulse. Cannons struck the alien fleet. The Zorathian shields failed quickly. One by one, alien warships exploded in the sky. It was not a battle. It was a trap. The humans had been waiting for them. The alien soldiers panicked. Retreat, retreat. But the humans didn't allow it. The black fleet blocked every exit. The Zorathians fired back. But the human ships were too fast, too smart. The aliens were being hunted. The Zorathian ground troops, who had already landed in the city, looked up and saw their warships falling from the sky. One alien captain shouted, "How did they plan this? We are the Empire. They should be running." But the humans didn't run. They fought like hunters. They moved like shadows. They aimed to kill, not to defend. The few surviving alien ships escaped into space and sent a desperate message to the Empire. Earth is not weak. We have been ambushed. We need reinforcements. We need the message cut off. Silence. The alien commanders in the Empire's capital stared at the broken signals. Their most powerful invasion fleet had been destroyed. How could this happen? How did a primitive planet crush their best soldiers? The Supreme Commander's face darkened. We underestimated them, but no more. He turned to his war advisors. Send the Darkfang fleet. Crush them. I will not accept failure. But deep inside, the Supreme Commander felt something he had never felt before. Fear. Who really were these humans? How did they build such ships? How long had they been preparing for this? The Empire had no answers, but they had made one thing very clear. The war with Earth was just beginning. The Supreme Commander of the Zorathian Empire was angry. His fleet had been destroyed by humans. Species the Empire thought was weak. This had never happened before. For the first time in Zorathian history, they had lost a battle. The Supreme Commander could not accept this. He called his most dangerous fleet the Dark Fang. The Dark Fang fleet was known across the galaxy for its speed, its power, and its cruelty. It never lost. The Dark Fang commander, General Zortal, stood proud as he received his orders. Earth must fall. Show them the power of the Empire. Leave no one alive. Zortal smiled. It will be done. The fleet launched quickly. They didn't waste time. On the way to Earth, Zortal made a new plan. He would not attack one city like before. He would attack many cities at the same time. Fast, brutal, without giving humans time to react. This time, they won't be ready, he said. The fleet entered Earth's orbit. They sent no warning, no message. There's no chance to surrender. The alien ships split into groups and moved toward different cities around the planet. Zortal smiled as he watched the invasion begin. But then, something strange happened. Human forces did not appear. There were no fighters, no defense towers, no black ships in sight. The aliens laughed. Have they finally given up? Have they accepted their defeat? Zortal ordered the attack. But just as the alien ships prepared to fire, the skies changed. On the radar, something appeared. Hundreds of human ships, stealth ships, silent, fast. They rose from the oceans, from underground bases, and from secret space stations. They surrounded the Dark Fang fleet from all sides. It was another trap. Zortal shouted, "Turn, defend, escape." But the humans had already fired. The Black Fleet moved like hunters, quick, sharp, deadly, alien. Ships exploded in every part of the sky. Zortal's fleet was being destroyed. It's faster than he could understand. The aliens fired back, but their weapons were too slow. The humans were not standing still. They attacked, disappeared, and returned again from the shadows. Zortal growled. How are they doing this? How can they beat us again? One of his officers screamed. Their tactics are not like any we have seen. They know our moves before we make them. Zortal's heart sank. Humans had studied them. Humans had prepared for them. Humans were not fighting to defend. They were fighting to destroy. The Dark Fang. Fleet tried to retreat, but the black ships followed. They hunted the last Zorathian ships across the sky. Zortal's ship was hit. As his ship broke apart, he sent a final message back to the Empire. Earth is not what we thought. They are not weak. They were waiting for us. Send help, if you dare. Then his ship exploded. The Empire lost contact. Another fleet gone. Another disaster. The Supreme Commander received the report in silence. 2 fleets lost. Thousands of soldiers gone. What is Earth? How did they build such power? How long have they been watching us? As the Supreme Commander now understood, Earth was not afraid of the Empire. In fact, it seemed Earth was calling them in. The Empire always thought they were the hunters. But now, maybe they were the prey. The Supreme Commander made a choice. I will go myself. He would bring the biggest fleet the galaxy had ever seen. He would crush Earth with his own hands. But deep inside, one question burned. What else is Earth hiding? The Supreme Commander of the Zorathian Empire was no longer calm. He was angry. He was confused. And now he was afraid. 2 powerful fleets had been destroyed by Earth. How? Why? What is the secret of this small planet? The Empire had to know the truth. They sent their best spies to capture a human leader. They needed answers. A Zorathian special unit landed on Earth at night. They attacked fast, silent, no warning. They captured a human general named Neeb, Commander Raylan. The aliens put him in chains and brought him to their warship. The Supreme Commander himself came to question the prisoner. He stared at the human. Tell me, the Supreme Commander growled.
Oh.
Did you get these warships? Who gave you this technology? Which galactic power is helping you? Commander Raylan smiled. We built it. The Supreme Commander slammed his fist on the table. Impossible. Your people are primitive. Your ships should not move faster than ours. Commander Raylan leaned forward and whispered, We built it. For you. The room went silent. The Supreme Commander stared in shock. What do you mean? Commander Raylan said nothing more. He just smiled. The Supreme Commander ordered his scientists to dig deeper. Soon, they found shocking evidence. Earth had been watching the Zorathian Empire for decades. Long before the Empire found Earth, humans had been studying them. They had been listening to alien signals. They had been learning alien languages. They had been tracking the Empire's movements. Humans had used old, weak technology to fool the Empire. They made the planet look slow and simple on purpose. The humans had hidden their real fleets underground, in the oceans and in deep space. Earth was never weak. They were never blind. They had been preparing for war, waiting for the right moment. The Empire's top spies found more secrets. Humans had quietly copied alien weapons. They had improved them. They had built something the Empire did not have: stealth fleets, fast pulse cannons, and dark energy shields. Even worse, humans had been secretly visiting other star systems. They had already made deals with enemies of the Empire. Earth had. It's planned everything the Empire finally realized. Earth knew they were coming. Earth had always been ready. The Supreme Commander could not believe it. Why would you wait for us? Why not fight earlier? He asked the human general. Commander Raylan finally answered, We wanted you to bring your best. We wanted you to come with full force, so we could destroy you completely. The Supreme Commander's hands trembled in rage. You wanted us to come? Raylan smiled coldly. Yes, you have been hunting us. But now, we are the hunters. The Supreme Commander roared in anger and ordered the human general to be taken away. The Empire's soldiers now understood. This war was not an accident. It was a human trap from the start. The Supreme Commander stood in front of his war council. Earth is not simple. Earth is not weak, but they will still fall. He ordered the largest attack ever. Millions of soldiers, thousands of ships. The best weapons. This time there would be no mercy. But deep inside, he asked himself, how many more secrets does Earth still have? He didn't know it yet. Earth's biggest secret had not been revealed, and soon, the galaxy would see what humans were truly capable of. The Supreme Commander of the Zorathian Empire sent his largest army to crush Earth. But when the fleet arrived, the sky was empty. No black ships, no missiles, no defense. It was silent. Where are they? The alien commanders asked. They searched the orbit. They scanned the planet. They looked for the enemy. Nothing? The Supreme Commander smiled. Perhaps the humans have finally run away. But then, news arrived. Human fleets had attacked deep inside the Empire's territory, far from Earth. Far from the front lines? Far from where the aliens expected. The humans were not defending. They were now attacking the Empire directly. Small, fast human fleets had appeared near Zorathian supply bases. Stealth ships had struck secret Empire factories. Earth's shadow. Fleets were moving system by system, burning the Empire from the inside. The Supreme Commander was shocked. How did they get so deep? How did they move without being seen? His spies reported terrible news. Humans had already built secret bases in other star systems. They had been preparing for years. They had been watching. They had been planting weapons. In hidden places, the war was no longer at Earth. The war was now inside the Empire. Even worse. Old enemies of the Zorathian Empire were now rising. Alien species that had been slaves for generations were standing up. They had heard about the humans. They had heard about Earth's victories, and now they were joining the human side. Earth sent them a simple message. Fight with us. We will give you freedom. Across the galaxy, rebellion spread. The Empire's control was breaking. The Supreme Commander screamed in rage. Stop them. Destroy their fleets. Find their hidden bases. But no matter what he did, the humans stayed one step ahead. The black ships appeared, attacked, and vanished like ghosts. The humans were not fighting a fair war. They were fighting a shadow war. The Empire's fleets were big, but slow. The human fleets were small, but fast. The humans did not fight face to face. They fought like hunters. They hit hard and disappeared. The Supreme Commander called for help from loyal star systems, but some of them no longer answered. Some had already fallen. Some had already joined Earth. Some were waiting for the Empire to collapse. The Zorathian soldiers now feared every shadow in space. Where will they strike next? How did they know our secret routes? Who is leaking our plans? The truth was simple. The humans had been inside the Empire all along. They had spies. They had maps. They had secret allies. The Supreme Commander's perfect empire was now breaking from the inside. But he would not give up. He would not surrender. He had one last weapon. The World Killer Beam. A weapon so powerful, it could destroy an entire planet. In seconds, the Supreme Commander made his final decision. I will go to Earth myself. I will use the World Killer Beam. I will end this war in one strike. His fleet was the largest the galaxy had ever seen. He believed he still had the power to crush Earth. But deep in his heart, he wondered, what if this is exactly what the humans want? What if I am walking into their final trap? He didn't know, but soon he would find out. The Supreme Commander of the Zorathian Empire was ready for his final move. He gathered the largest invasion fleet in galactic history. Thousands of warships, millions of soldiers. The Empire's most powerful weapon, the World Killer Beam. It was a weapon built to destroy entire planets in seconds. This time I will burn Earth to dust, the Supreme Commander said. There will be no escape, no second. Chance's fleet jumped into Earth's orbit. The sky above the planet turned black from the number of ships. The Empire sent no message this time, no warning, no offer to surrender. The World Killer Beam was already charging, but something strange happened. Earth's defenses did not appear. The black ships did not rise. There were no fighters, no missiles, no energy shields. The alien soldiers laughed. Maybe they finally understand they are nothing. Maybe they are afraid. But the Supreme Commander was not so sure. Why are they so quiet? His officers scanned Earth's surface. No resistance. No movement. Should we fire? The Supreme Commander waited for a moment, but Earth sent no message. Fine, he said. End them. The World Killer beam pointed at the planet. The energy levels rose. The weapon locked on a human city. The countdown began. 10, 9, 8. 8. A strange energy signal appeared near the fleet. The sensors beeped loudly. A dark, round object rose from the ocean. It was not a normal ship. It was not on any Empire record. The object's surface was completely black. No lights, no windows. The alien sensors could not scan it. What is that? The officers asked, before anyone could answer. The object fired a pulse wave. The wave passed through the alien fleet in seconds. The shields failed. The power systems crashed. The World Killer beam shut down. The Supreme Commander shouted, "What is happening?" "Restart the weapon. Attack." But the fleet's systems were dead. Then, the human black ships appeared. Hundreds of them. They surrounded the Empire's largest fleet like wolves circling prey. Earth's final trap had been set. The Supreme Commander's ship was struck first. The black ships fired powerful beams that tore through the Empire's armor like paper. One by one, the Empire's warships exploded. The humans didn't wait. They didn't hesitate. They destroyed everything. The Supreme Commander watched in horror as his mighty fleet was destroyed in minutes. His officers screamed. This was their plan all along. They let us in. They wanted us to bring all our forces here. Supreme Commander's hands shook. No, we are the Empire. We cannot lose. But the truth was clear. He had lost. His ship was hit. Alarms filled the room. Fire spread. The Supreme Commander sent one last message to his home world. Earth is not weak. Earth is not prey. They are the hunters. Forgive me. I have failed. His ship exploded, and with it, the last hope of the Zorathian Empire. The human black fleet slowly returned to the shadows. Earth's forces had won the greatest battle in the galaxy, but they did not cheer. They knew the war was not finished yet. The Empire's forces across the galaxy were still fighting, but now, without their leader, without their fleet, they were starting to fall apart. The galaxy was about to change, and Earth was ready to lead. The Supreme Commander of the Zorathian Empire was gone, his ship destroyed, his fleet burned. His last message lost in space. The galaxy changed overnight. Without their leader, the Empire's forces began to break. Some alien generals tried to hold power. Some tried to run. Some surrendered. But the humans did not stop. Earth's black fleets moved fast. They attacked Empire bases one by one. They freed planets that had been slaves for hundreds of years. They destroyed every Empire ship they found. Across the galaxy, the news spread like fire. The Empire is falling. Earth has won. The humans are coming. The last loyal alien commanders gathered their remaining forces. They were not ready to give up. They sent a message. To Earth, we will not run. We will not kneel. You will have to finish this. Earth replied with a simple message. We are coming. The final battle began near the Zorathian homeworld. The last alien fleet waited in deep space. They had more ships than Earth, but something had changed. The Empire's soldiers no longer believed they could win. They had seen what Earth could do. They had heard the stories. They had watched their strongest commanders fall. When Earth's black fleet arrived, they came with new allies. Rebel ships from other species, freed planets, former slaves. The galaxy had turned against the Empire. The last alien fleet fired first. But the humans were faster, smarter. They had better weapons, better shields, better ships. The battle was brutal. The sky was filled with explosions. Ships burned on both sides. Fighters weaved through debris. The black ships of Earth cut through the enemy like blades in the dark. The Zorathian soldiers fought hard, but deep inside, they knew. They had already lost one by one. The Empire's last ships were destroyed. The human fleet closed in on the Zorthian homeworld. The final message from the last alien commander was simple. We kneel. The war was over. The Zorathian Empire had fallen. The humans had done the impossible. The galaxy, once ruled by fear, now belonged to Earth. But Earth's commanders did not celebrate. Commander Raylan stood on the bridge of his flagship, watching the stars. His officers asked, "Is this really the end?" Answered quietly, "No. This is just the beginning." Deep in space, far beyond the Empire, unknown ships watched the war's final moments, silent, hidden, waiting. Earth had won this war, but something else was coming, something older, something darker, something far more dangerous. The humans had proven they were not prey, but soon they would face the real enemy. The war was over. The mighty Zorathian Empire had fallen. Its soldiers surrendered. Its ships were destroyed. Its home world was silent. The humans had done what no one else could. They had crushed the most. It's a powerful empire in the galaxy. Across star systems, people cheered. Planets once ruled by fear now raised Earth's flag. The Black Fleet of Earth was no longer a secret. It was now a symbol of power, symbol of freedom, symbol of humanity. Alien leaders from across the galaxy came to Earth. They offered peace. They offered friendship. They offered their loyalty. Human commanders created a new alliance, a new order. But the humans did not rule like the Empire. They promised freedom. They promised protection. They promised peace. And yet, they remained ready. Their black fleets stayed hidden. Weapons stayed sharp. Their soldiers stayed prepared because Commander Raylan knew one thing. The war was over. But the danger was not. One evening, as Raylan stood in his command center, a quiet alert beeped. A small probe had returned from deep space. It had found something. Raylan watched the recorded footage, far beyond known space. At the edge of the galaxy, something waited massive ships, dark and ancient. Ships bigger than anything the Empire had ever built. No signals. Only silence. The probe was destroyed in seconds. Raylan stared at the screen. "Who are they?" the science officer whispered. "We don't know. We've never seen ships like these." "Are they coming toward us?" Raylan asked. The officer nodded. "Yes, and they are moving fast." Raylan didn't panic. He simply smiled. "Good. Let them come." Earth's black fleets powered up. Old allies prepared for battle. The humans were ready. They had fought the Empire, but now they would face something else, something worse, something unknown. And one thing was certain. The galaxy was no longer hunting humans now. Humans were hunting the galaxy. The story was not over. It was just the beginning.